Welcome to the episode of Wardice. I'm Gonzo.
And I'm John from War Budgies.
And we have a special guest today. But before we get to our special guest, we want to say that we are really happy to be here. Life has been taking a very strange turns for all of us. So we haven't been able to get enough episodes out like we usually. Of course, Gonzo's got a few things he has to take care of. We got, Warfare Weekend coming up, trying to get all that done. A health issue I need to take care of. I get my brain operated on. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I didn't know you had one.
Yeah, donator, but it's going to be fun. But we've had some things come up, and of course, conventions are going on like crazy, so we're a little behind. Just give us a little slack. But we're on episode 12. Today, our special guest is Jack Anderson. Jack, say hi to everybody.
Hi, my name's Jack Anderson. Very pleased to meet you all.
Jack is here to talk about some very special, unique things that are happening. And if you can guess every single word that's coming out of his mouth in the next 10 seconds, you will win $1 million. Ready? Go, Jack.
Okay, so my name's Jack Anderson. I'm the tournament organizer for Toss Yer Cabers for Warcaster Neo Mechanica, which is running in its second year now in 2023. And super excited because this is going to be, I think, the biggest Warcaster tournament that has ever happened up to this point.
Bragging rights. So before we get into the tournament, what faction do you play for Warcaster?
So I started with ISA.
Of course.
I've got a little bit of AC as a demo army that I still need to build that I've been procrastinating on. But I have duplicates of almost everything in ISA, so I guess it's time to branch out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go with March of Worlds or anything else. It's ISA or AC. They're the only best factions in the game. Am I right, Jay?
Or Lost Legion.
Well, we don't know the rules of that yet, so we can't comment on that. So, what got you into Warcaster, and why are you running the Warcaster events?
So, kind of a long story, but I'll try and make it short. So basically, the Kickstarter comes out, I think it was August 2019 when it comes out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. My memory's not the best. Somewhere around there. Anyways, so models look cool. Game looks interesting. So I decided to, I'll get a full battle force. Why not? And through my other wargaming friends, get a few armies, and then COVID happens. So I'm sitting at home, and I've got these models that are staring at me from across the room in their box of shame, and the only person, just because of COVID restrictions, the only person I can actually see to play games with is my brother. And I decide, okay, he sees the, I think it was when they started previewing Kickstarter 2, he sees the, it was Corbus. Corbus was the model that he was like, okay, now I want to play this game.
Good choice.
So I got him a Marcher World starter for his birthday, and we just started playing through. It's like, try out the game,
Mm-hmm.
Finally have a lot of time to play, but nobody to play with, so play with my brother. He's a great guy, by the way. But basically we're playing it, and it's like, wait a second, there's actually something to this game. This is really cool. So when things start opening up, we start hosting on my brother's porch, we start hosting informal game days with some of our other friends who got into the Warcaster Kickstarter, and we're starting to build up a bit of a community here. So that's when I got in touch with Finley Craig, who's the organizer for Toss Yer Cabers, and talked to him about, hey, let's have a tournament for this thing. This game's really cool, and we've got a bunch of people who are playing it, and we'd like to play more of it. So, that's basically my story.
Nice. I mean, I remember when it first came out, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll kick into it. and do a few episodes and such and play a few games with it. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is good. This is really good.
I was actually fairly late to the party considering how much I'm invested in it now. It's a little funny to look back on.
Well, I mean, I was really, I mean, I don't want to say that it's people should be getting into it more. I mean, because I can't tell people what to do with their money, but I really, really, really like the game, and it's been really, really fun to get the models going and get them all up. I'm trying to get my AC ready so I can take it to Warfare Weekend, and maybe get a game or two in, since I try to do that, but that's not always going to happen.
Is that your double cadre list?
No. Yes, my double AC cadre list.
That was entirely.
That sounds disgusting.
Oh yeah,
I don't like that at all.
If you haven't heard the episode where we talk about our AC build list, you should go back. I've already been yelled at quite a few times by people saying, "You're a dick, Gonzo," and I'm like, "Well, the list is a dick, not me. The list is a dick."
It's in like the first 5 episodes. It was good. It was a good one.
Yeah. So, but I like it, and it looks really cool, and it's got a lot of fun stuff. So hopefully that can happen on it. So you decided to do a event, and tell us about Toss Yer Caber. Give us a little history about it, what's going on, so on and so forth.
So Toss Yer Caber has been around for a long time. I think it's 2014 is when it started. I have the website up so I can cheat. So it's an annual charity event in the Vancouver, BC area. Vancouver, Canada. Sorry, Vancouver, Washington. But basically, it's a charity event mainly helping out charities that help with like homelessness issues. The Lookout Society is the main one that Toss Yer Caber raises funds for. And basically, it's raised over $40,000.
Nice.
Actually, sorry, that's just Food Hammer. That's now in Toss Yer Cabers. I think the event overall has raised even more than that, but I might be wrong on that. But yeah, it's crazy. It's just great fun, and it's probably one of the best vibes in wargaming I have ever had. Actually, funny thing is that the reason why I approached Toss Yer Cabers for Warcaster was I had been playing Epic 40K at Toss Yer Cabers for the last 3 years before Warcaster came out.
That brings back memory.
Yeah. So I figured if a literally dead game can be resurrected by an event like Toss Yer Cabers, then if the Epic people can do it, then Warcaster can do it, right?
Oh, yeah. So you decided to do this at Toss Yer Cabers. What type of events are you running? Are you running one Warcaster event, 75 Warcaster events, 253?
At the moment, it's just the one skirmish event.
Okay.
I'm hoping to make it bigger next year, so we'll see.
Nice.
But it's going to be, well, we've got 16 tickets to sell, so in theory, should be a 16-player event.
Gotcha.
So I'm
What are the
excited.
dates for it? I don't think we said the dates yet.
Yes, that's right. So Toss Yer Cabers 23 is actually spread out across 2 weekends. So there's the first weekend, which is, I believe, one moment, please. Look up the actual information. That's probably important.
Surprise, pop quiz.
June 10th and 11th.
June 10th, 11th. Nice.
The weekend that Warcaster is on is the June 24th weekend. Warcaster is on the 24th. So June 24th, that's your date.
Nice.
So I do a lot of stuff for Warfare Weekend and stuff, so I understand some of this, but a lot of people don't understand what it takes to run an event. Now, Warcaster, uses a ton of 3D terrain. How are you handling that, and doing all that stuff for, you have roughly 8 tables. How is that going with terrain and setting up stuff and everything?
Oh, we're working on it. Mainly that's been the brainchild of my brother, Bernie Anderson. It's funny because, I was playing on his kitchen table, and we had some, 40K terrain and some scattered, War Machine buildings and a few, stone walls. And we were just talking about it. It's like, man, our terrain, he was saying, our terrain sucks. I gotta give it to you. I agree. So we had gotten a 3D printer a few years back. So I figured, let's try and spin this thing up. So he goes hunting for STLs online, and he finds an absolute crap ton of gorgeous looking terrain. District 12, we got a bunch of that.
Oh yeah.
That's a really great terrain set for Warcaster, I think, just because it's got that nice industrial look. And we kind of get to work, and he's an absolute terrain painting fiend. It's insane how much terrain that guy can paint. Meanwhile, I'm just kind of on a desk nearby, I'm helping.
Moral support.
Yeah. So there's tons to do, and we have, I think now, 8 bins of terrain that we've printed and painted up for Warcaster specifically.
Nice.
And kind of the philosophy on our terrain sets was kind of wanted to make it so that A, the terrain has to be playable.
Yep.
B, the terrain has to look good. Oil washes and pigment pounders, by the way, are the absolute laziest, best way to make terrain look good with no effort. It's great. So, kind of just put a base coat on something, put some chips on, put some decals on, and then just slather the thing in oils and pigment powders until it, hide all your crimes. So, it has to look good. It has to play good, because otherwise it's going to be that piece at the bottom of the bin that nobody wants to look at, because either it looks awful or it's unplayable. You don't want to put models on it because they fall over or whatever.
Yep. Having made some unplayable terrain myself, I can tell you that's a problem.
Yeah, no, we've definitely made some errors in that, and learning experience. But I think we've kind of got a nice core set that's fun to play on, that's relatively easy to transport. It's pretty light because it's all 3D printed PLA. And that's kind of our core. For this year, we're working on a forest board. We're working on kind of a facility board based on some of the, I think it's somebody has a laser cut MDF version of some of the Necromunda tiles that we're adapting for Warcaster.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be interesting.
Oh, cool.
The gist of it is that flying models won't actually be able to go from one wall to the other, so should be a good way of keeping antecessors down, because they deserve to be kept down.
When we're off air and we're done with this, stick around for a minute. I may be able to help you out because I know maybe I'll get you some contacts. Get you some more terrain. Get you some sponsorship.
Oh, I wouldn't say no.
I want to tell everybody. Somebody's like, hey, can I donate this? Do you think I'm going to, ignore free shit?
Can I donate this?
Yeah. Can I give you some STLs and you print our terrain out for your Warcaster board? Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
One other thing I should mention is that Toss Yer Cabers does have a one of the main ways that we raise money for charity is through a prize table with raffle tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And we get some absolutely incredible prizes that come through. I think on my count right now, we have 2 full Warcaster armies that are being put up on the prize table. There's a Marcher army and I think an ISA army.
Nice.
And we have a care package from Privateer Press that might be coming up at some point. So we'll see what's in there. But yeah, if I can't use the terrain, at the very least, I'll be able to throw it on the prize table. That's kind of the way we've been getting rid of the terrain that is not so playable. Don't tell anyone. No, it's beautiful terrain. Use it.
Yep. Definitely won't tell anyone or record it on a podcast.
No, definitely don't. Don't record it on a podcast. We're not live, right?
No.
No. Ignore the red light.
Ignore the red light. So, you've got this set up. Do you plan on expanding, or are you going to just wait and see? Like, if you finally say you get 16 players, and because you've got your 16 players, and I'm sure you'll probably have like a wait list or something that goes with it. How much leeway do you have to increase your player base? If, like, say, 20 people want to play, and you have like 4 people left over, are y'all going to be able to accommodate that, or what's going on?
The hope is yes. So. Toss Yer Cabers will be going to a new venue next year. The venue is not, I don't think, has been set, but it will be definitely a larger venue. So hopefully should be able to expand to, I'm hoping, getting 24 players, maybe even 32.
Nice.
That would be amazing. Just need to kind of chase people around and get them to try this awesome game. So, really, it's all about. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say that's kind of the thing right now is everybody that's played it has liked it and loved it, and people that play it, kind of a little bit regular and stuff, and they started pushing it in, and we have more people playing science fiction games. John and I always say, make sure you go and play at a game store, play where someone can see you, play where people can ask questions about it, and you can get going with it. Because that's what we've got to start doing. I don't want to say the COVID's over, but people are playing in stores more. People are going to conventions. You got to start showing it off.
It's a beautiful game. It advertises itself practically.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with all the terrain my brother's painted. He does gorgeous jobs. And like, that's kind of been my philosophy is, I can play in my garage all I like with, just 3 or 4 friends, but that's not going to grow the community, right?
No.
So you just need to have some visibility. It's really funny though, because all the time we'll be getting people coming up to our tables and be like, hey, what game is this? Oh, it's Warcaster. And it's like, oh, never heard of it. Tell me more about it. So it's like, oh, it's kind of like a war game RTS mix where you can summon new units onto the table, and it's really cool for these reasons. Yeah. And generally we get them in for a demo game as soon as possible because people are really interested in this game. It's got a really cool hook, and it's something really unique in the tabletop gaming space. I think it's something that you don't really see that often.
Yeah. I'll talk a little bit of smack real quick. This past weekend, I was at the Bocor Brawl in New Jersey, and there was a couple of guys that set up a Warcaster table during the tournament event, just kind of off to the side. And in a room, or in a hall, essentially full of 65 people playing games, you could spot that Warcaster table across the room.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had this magnificent looking terrain on it.
Well, and that's the thing that people got. Yeah. I mean, talking about other games, when I was at Adepticon, we had the War Machine tables and some of the Warcaster tables, and I had that terrain. And then people walked by the Infinity tables. And people stopped at the Infinity tables.
Yeah.
Because their tables have great terrain. And we need to start and I don't say pushing it, but we need to start doing that. There's something different about playing on a table that has like cool heights, alleyways, cool colors. And when you get to shoot people off of buildings or pull people off of buildings or, do random shit like that, it adds a whole lot more. And people get into it. Because I know people that won't play War Machine because a lot of people like to play the flat terrain. And I'm like, that's, it's a good game. And you can't play Warcaster that way. You can't wait. I mean, you could, but it would suck so bad.
Yeah, but unless you're Martial Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't talk about the Martial Worlds.
True.
But I mean, tables are terrain on tables is so important for immersion, for wow factor, for grabbing people, for just having a good time. It feels much more fun. It feels less, I guess, not competitive, but less, what's the word I'm really looking for? It feels more fun and less restrictive, in my opinion, because you don't have to leave a lot to the imagination. Oh, this is a forest. Oh, okay, because there's trees drawn on the flat mat.
I got you. Yeah.
You feel much more enthused about moving around things or going through walls. Love me some AC.
It's almost like a playground, yeah.
Yeah. And there's something about climbing on top of a building and then shooting people off or getting in a hidey spot. There's always that great thing. And it's great. People come and flock to a table that looks good.
Yeah.
Type thing. So, let's see. Are y'all planning on... So you're just going to have one Warcaster event. Do y'all have the option to include more, like fun or open play or anything?
At the moment, just because of the way the schedule is set up, it's pretty much just the tournament events at the moment. But I think as the event expands, it's going to become more of a convention and less of just a tournament.
Good.
Because who doesn't like going to a convention floor and seeing a game you've never played before and getting a demo in? That's perfect. So and just having open tables is always great.
Are they going to where are they going to be selling tickets on their own website, or how are they getting? How can they get tickets for this?
You can get tickets at https://tossyercabers.com, and that is the event website. That will have information on all of the events that are being run, which includes Age of Sigmar, Food Hammer for 40K, Crisis Protocol, Lord of the Rings. I guess it's called Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game now.
Mm-hmm.
Epic 40K, and of course, Warcaster.
And folks, that's Toss Yer Cabers with your being misspelled as YER.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I'll make sure to put the link to the webpage and all the little things so people can see it, type stuff. So, where do you hang out social media-wise? Do you just, like, randomize your place and just yell at people? Or where do you go to, so people can talk to you and get more information?
So I've got I've just got a live journal. That's it. And I just scream into the void on my live journal. No, I'm just kidding. So we have a Facebook page. It's Warcaster New Mechanica Vancouver. We also have a Discord, of which there's a link on the Facebook page, but I can also provide a link for the description because Discord links are insane, and
yes,
I can't say that on the air. It's just a jumbled mess of characters.
Correct.
I will say, though, just speaking of your Facebook page, what originally got you guys onto my radar was someone had posted the objectives for Warcaster that you guys are printing.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh, my God, these things look good.
Yeah, those are... So, actually, also the brainchild of my brother. Bernie worked with a local concept artist, and Bernie is actually trained to be a 3D modeler at one point in his life.
Oh, wow.
So he built that Marcher objective from scratch, and we are working on the Empyrean one now, and that is going to be the objective that you'll be able to get if you come to Toss Yer Cabers this year.
Okay, so you don't have to win the event. You just
have
play
to
Warcaster.
You have to buy a ticket and be there, and you'll
That's
get
awesome,
objectives.
Dude.
Nice.
We handed out I think it's the green ones in the post that I made. Those are the ones I painted, and they have another one. I guess there's two pictures of those because there's the purple and white ones that were painted by another one of our locals, but those are the ones we gave out last year, and then we have new ones coming out this year. And of course,
those are the towers that are like floating on a little energy bulb.
Yeah, so it's like a crystal. It's very Protoss. Oh, sorry, am I not supposed to say?
You can say what you want.
Okay, we don't care. We all know.
Licensed IP. Anyways, very Empyrean looking pylon with a like central crystal, and it's got this like kind of arcane looking structure, and it's held up by like lightning arcs from the base. It looks really cool.
Okay. So, got your event pimped out, telling everybody all about it. What are your favorite parts of being in Warcaster? What's your favorite combos? What are your damn it, Gonzo, why'd you build that type models and type strategy?
Ooh. So, I mean, there's always the old reliable firebrand. You give it a maelstrom, you give it a shield, you give it assault rifle bayonet, you give it the reflex head. Extremely frustrating. It just gets everywhere. You place it near a point, you can't even touch it because then it just walks onto the point if you try to shoot at it. Love that guy. He's great. But I think the most fun you can have with a firebrand is actually using the Vanquisher head and a Harbinger cannon. You get the shield and you get the assault rifle bayonet, but because the Vanquisher head, this is the new Kickstarter 3 head, has sidestep, you can move 1 inch for every attack that you make. And with the Maelstrom and with the assault rifle bayonet and the shield, you can potentially move up to 7 inches in a turn, plus your normal movement, plus Ascension Catalyst, whatever else you want to do. So you can schmoove.
Yeah,
you can also do cute stuff like walk around cover and stuff, but
Got some shoot on the go material. I like that.
Do you have like any cards that are like must have for your list?
I'm gonna say that Mortality Stabilizer is probably my favorite card in the game. It's all in one. It's a movement buff. It's a defense buff. It gets you onto zones when you couldn't normally, because you can have a unit nearby, but you can just Mortality Destabilizer or grunt back onto a point. I really like taking it with Regulators, and I think Regulators are mad underrated because you plop them in the middle of the board with all the fixins and put Tachytelic Metamorphosis on them or whatever defensive buff you want.
Yeah, buddy.
They're not going anywhere. And then when you activate them, bonk stuff with Nullhammers. And, I mean, oh, look, a Sentinel. Oh no, how do I deal with the Sentinel? It's got 3 arc. It's got so much health. Oh, every time I hit it, I get 1 free damage. And they're also power 5s, so...
When in doubt, apply Nullhammer.
Exactly. Null weapons are the best.
Okay. So we got some stuff coming out soon, hopefully, for, Warcaster. Privateer Press is really pushing up a lot of stuff. Is there anything you're looking forward to coming out? I mean, besides Lost Legion?
Ooh. I don't know what's coming out.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
You could slip some deets under the table, and I could maybe talk about those.
Well, hopefully, we'll get some more stuff and everything going in. I know that a lot of people are starting to pick up the game, or I wouldn't say a lot, but more people are picking up because more people are seeing it and getting to do it. And it's a very unique game system and a very unique dice system that makes it different. Because I know some people are jumping ships from different games and trying to find smaller cost, smaller armies type thing, which I think is a really good selling point for the game. Besides great mechanics.
Yeah, activation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, the activation is just fun as shit.
That's part of my pitch. You only need to paint like 13 or 14 models to play skirmish.
Yeah.
What? Painting? You paint models?
Oh, absolutely. How else are you going to get people to come to your table?
Oh, well. Pay someone else to paint them?
Yeah, that works.
There you go.
Feed a starving commission painter.
That's pretty much, yeah, I can agree with that. So, is there anything else you want to go before we get out of here? We'll let you go so you can't, we're not going to take too much of your time. Anything else you want to pimp? Do you have any other stuff you want to put out there?
Yeah. So, in addition to running Toss Yer Cabers, I also run monthly tournaments at a store locally called Magic Stronghold.
Okay.
It's in Vancouver. It's a great store. They've got lots and lots of table space, like an absolutely absurd amount of table space. We've frequently had nights where we have like a Age of Sigmar tournament, a Warcaster tournament, a Magic tournament, and also like some other game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Having a tournament all in the same place. So it's crazy. But it's a great store. They have lots of stuff. And I run monthly tournaments there. I also run, mostly just chase people out on Thursdays to get game nights in. So, try and have a presence there and just, get people together, get people playing the game and, have a great time.
Good. Jonathan, you got anything you want to go with before we get out of here?
I think we're good. There is a Prime cast coming out probably in the next week or so with some more Warcaster details for you guys.
Ooh.
Stay tuned.
I'm chomping at the bit. I really want to see what the sixth faction's going to be. I'm really interested. Lost Legion are cool, I will admit.
They're cybernetic Ewoks.
That is straight up nightmare fuel, my dude.
Super.
Cyborg Ewoks. That's what it is. Calling it now. Cyborg Ewoks.
Noted.
Done. Well, guys, we as always, we appreciate anybody that comes on the show. If anybody else wants to come on the show and talk about stuff and pimp things out, more power to you. We're all good with that. Jonathan and I are going to try to get more episodes out. Just things have gotten a little busy for us, not only socially, but physically and mentally and privately. And giant chickens, they're trying to take over the world, and we have to, save our ammunition for them.
It's a thankless job, man.
It's a thankless job. So guys, for Wardice and More Than Dice, I'm Gonzo.
And I'm John from War Budgies.
And that is our special guest,
Jack Anderson. It's been wonderful meeting you two, and it's been great talking to you.
Good night. Oh, wait. We got cool music. Ready?